1 of Stunfist. We don't talk about Stunfist. Stunfist talks about you. Rule number 2, he gets his man every time, and his man's always a Darkrai, or an electric Pokemon, or a Sigilyph sometimes, just once.
So how far is Stunfist taking you so far?
Stunfist taking me real far. It's like 3 links. Stunfist with Joaquin Phoenix and Walk the Line. Joaquin Phoenix to Kevin Bacon in that awesome movie.
So what's your record right now?
5-1.
And are we going to see you in the Top Cut?
I hope so.
All right. Anything you want to leave off with?
I don't know. What kind of like ending is that?
Any shout outs?
I think they just normally do that at the end of interviews, like if I say something beforehand.
Oh,
Other than
this
that,
is-
they just end it.
I'm trying to make this as awkward as possible.
Well, it's not really working. I don't really feel awkward unless I'm completely naked in front of 2 or more girls. If I'm just me and her one-on-one, get out of doing the naked man.
So do you do lights on or off?
Depends on the situation.
Which would be?
I don't know. It's like
Okay, lights
whatever
on.
we feeling that night.
Lights on.
What do you mean lights on?
He's saying if it's lights
Right.
on, why?
She's like really hot. And I want to see what I'm doing. Or if we're just too caught up in the moment, we just leave the lights on.
Lights off.
It's off. Me and my girl by candlelight, making love. You know, one of those good moments. Or there's still a possibility there are lights on and we're making love because we're so in love with each other. And we're only focused on each other.
So have you seen any movies recently?
Yep.
What? Elaborate?
Like, what do you want? The last week or the last 3 days or the last month?
Part of the question is you figuring that out.
Okay. Are you counting only movie theaters or any movie recently newly seen?
Let's go with movie theaters.
Movie theaters. All right, so that's a negatory. Haven't gone to any movie theaters.
What, you just don't like them anymore?
Can't afford it.
You can do one of those where you just buy a ticket and then just stay there all day.
I can't afford that one ticket. No, but I want to see Looper. It's a good one.
What about Taken? That movie looked pretty good.
Is this ever going up on the website?
It might be.
Taken. I heard it was awesome, but I generally don't consider certain people's opinions that important because they're just not. Some people are. What's the word? Like another word for intellect.
Smart?
No.
Intelligent?
No, it's kind of like
brilliant?
when you are a intellect.
Intellectual?
Intellectual, that's it. Some people aren't intellectuals, and I consider myself an intellectual. So when an intellectual person tells me that a movie's bad, I generally say, okay, it's probably bad, or it's probably good if they tell me it's good. So I was heard from an intellectual person, that I feel is intellectual, that it was not a good movie. But I heard from somebody else who I don't consider an intellectual, but I don't really know them that well, so that it was good, that it was awesome.
So under those, it's like if you turn your brain off a little bit, it's good? Is that what you think they're saying?
I can't turn it off. It's a curse.
Yeah. So I heard you, or rather, I've noticed you started taking up chess recently. How's that been going?
It's going okay. Still on chapter 2 of my book.
What book is that?
Practical chess endgames, practical chess endings. Like Klaus. I got it from the library.
Anything good? Have you learned anything?
Learn some endgame stuff. You can checkmate you with just a bishop and a knight and a king.
How would you achieve that?
First, you have to slide into the corner of the board. And then you have to limit their escape options as you move them to the other corner of the board. You have to checkmate them on the corner of the board that your bishop controls a square in. So if they're in the other one, you can only stalemate. So eventually, they're probably going to they're going to be forced to a side no matter what, and then they're eventually going to go around the corner of the opposite color that you need, and then you have to move them along the edge using your king and your knight and your bishop to create these walls that the king can't escape, and then there's some specific moves you have to do from there.
Okay. Well, let's get back on the Pokemon real quick. So you're playing Electric Stunfish,
Electric with dragon guy,
Rayquaza.
Quaza, and then a little Quaza, and then Stunfisk, and then electric guy,
And I believe
Raikou.
and I don't know if you said this or not, but you're 5-1 right now.
Yep.
And
think you
what was
said
your?
it.
Well,
Yeah, that's right. You said it.
okay then.
How did that make you feel?
A little awkward.
What kind of food do you like?
I like a lot of like.
We're not going to the Asian Chinatown. tonight.
Actually, no, we're not.
We're not?
No.
Went to the
Do
market.
you have something in mind?
Yes.
What is it?
I'll tell you after the interview.
Why can't you say no?
All right.
Strip bar.
Well, I was thinking about
Gentlemen's Club?
maybe Club Risque.
Hey, no names.
I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah.
Wasn't that awkward?
What did you lose to?
I lost to Darkrai Hydreigon.
That matchup seems pretty good for you. What happened?
It's not pretty good. I think it's close to even. Maybe a little bit in my favor just because I'm good. I feel like if both of us get set up, like with ideal setups, that my deck is real cool, real awesome.
What's up, guys?
Don't stop. Keep talking.
And my deck is gonna win because Stunfisk kind of just knocks out Darkrai's, and there's almost nothing they can do about it unless they play Switch. If they play Switch, I kind of like their chances a little bit more. But the one I lost to, I had a slower start than him, and I think I made a mistake at the end. There was a turn I could have attacked with Raikou and still had no damage on it, so his Mewtwo wouldn't have done that much. And then I would have knocked out his Sableye, and he would have had no way to get any catchers for his last prize. And then my Rayquaza could have taken the last prize, no problem. I just messed up. I should have been 5-0 there.
So you've told me that you are a self-proclaimed food connoisseur.
I'm a food connoisseur.
What's your favorite food as of right now?
It's a tough one. It's gotta be Oreos.
Oreos?
Yeah.
Technically
I
it
can't
is.
believe it took me that long to realize how much I love
What's
Oreos.
your favorite food not including sugary treats?
Yeah, I do. I like a breaded salmon, breaded baked salmon on top of a mushroom linguine.
Did you just recently have this?
I've had it a couple times.
Really?
I had risotto for the first time the other day, and like they gave me this gigantic plate, and it was like too much to eat. But the ingredients they used, I feel like it wasn't as creamy or soft as it was supposed to be. It was too thick, I think. And that kind of maybe ruined my first impression of it. But I like to think I know a little bit about food, so that's how I made this judgment. Either it was too thick, or it was just right, and I don't like risotto that much.
Was that the first time you had risotto?
That's what I said.
Did you have risotto at Hawaii?
No.
No?
Huh.
Maybe I'm remembering that wrong. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong.
You are.
Okay.
I had a seafood linguine at Hawaii.
He knows about it.
I know a bunch of people ordered risotto.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, we were at that table together, and I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
I volunteer.
I just assumed you
Oh,
got
it
some.
came with the, something like lamb or something, but I really
I
wanted
think it was
to
like with the duck.
Yeah, maybe. But I really wanted that linguine, though, the seafood one.
What's your favorite type of meat?
I really like a ribeye steak.
Ribeye steak? Very specific. You could have just went with beef, but
I mean, I guess, but that doesn't really encompass kind of things. I don't want to send the wrong image.
okay. So what about a ribeye steak makes it so good to you?
Well, I think it's just the best piece of steak I've ever had. I had this really great one at Italian Chipotle, and it was like cooked to absolute perfection. It was just juicy, tasty, just easy to chew, melt in my mouth kind of steak, and it was just fantastic. And I think that's why it's my favorite, it's just because I had this one meal that was the best steak I've ever had.
My mom was like, yeah, dog salad.
All right. Well, I think this interview's gone on for about 10.5 minutes, so we'll,
Has it?
yeah.
I think there's a timer that you can see right now. You're looking at it.
Yes,
like
I am.
11 minutes and 5 seconds.
Not yet. Good sense of time is a little off. But now we'll just stop this at 11 minutes on the dot, so we'll just sit here in silence until then.
How many seconds is that?
5 more. 4, 3.
Peace out.